The Thakra's aggression mattered very little to me, so long as they didn't distract me from what I was scrambling to figure out. I tried to input a resuscitate command to her nanobots, but got an error that it wasn't found. I tried to undo the kill command, and that wasn't the way either. Anger boiled in my blood as a gun was jabbed hard into my temple, interrupting my work. They dared. If she died for good because of them, I'd rip this place apart. Sophia raised her hands, as the soldiers ordered us to lay on our bellies. We're not your enemy. We all need to work together here, or the whole multiverse will end. Karai! I screamed, desperately inputting commands as the Thakra tried to kick me off of her. Last warning, human. Back away from the illusion or your brains will be painted on the wall, a soldier grunted. Mikri held himself at the Thakra who threatened me, wrapping his arms around his neck. I will make you bleed every colour of the rainbow and use it to paint a postcard campfire droplet by droplet if you so much as begin to act against him. Oh yeah? The Thakra's bodies pulled Mikri's arms apart with razors and threw him to the ground. Stupid machine. The dumbest, said a stern, tired voice, which I recognized as Velk's. Robot, what did you think you would accomplish? Mikri beat with indignation. They put a gun to Preston's head and threatened to blow his brains out. I am not the dumb one this time. I will not stand idle while my friends are in danger, ever. Fuck's sake. Don't kill them if they don't make you. You can't question dead people. The Marshal shot a withering look at his soldiers, who got the silent message to release Mikri. He inspected the unconscious Takahashi, then knelt beside where I was spamming Karai with guesses of commands. What happened to you lot? Never mind. Come with me. I am not going anywhere until I revive her, I wept, digging my fingers deep enough into Karai's chainmail that I broke several links. I powered her brain off with nanobots, but I can't wake her back up. Velk, please. You know she's different. The Thakra leader pressed skeletal fingers to his chin, and a silent look of concentration entered his eyes. Through the lens of augmented reality, I could see Velk input a command to Karai's network. Initiate neural electrical activity. Of course, he studied the inner workings before he ever would have used it in transit. My heart lodged in my throat, worried that it might have been too long to work, as the prompt ran for several seconds without any response. Panic set in at the thought of losing her after all of that. What if I really did kill Karai, and that's the last thing she ever thought? She didn't deserve to die like this. Success. My head fell onto Karai's chest as she stirred weakly, weeping into her nanobot chainmail while spamming mental thank yous to Velk. It wasn't ideal to be in the Thakra's clutches, but I had walked to the exact right point to get help for her. The illusion looked confused to be reawakened, but a blistering rage filled her eyes when she looked at me. Every bit of metal in the room was commanded to her masterful fingertips, coalescing into blocks. She slammed them into my head like a muzzle, throwing me backwards and encasing me against the far wall. I groaned from the impact, unable to speak. Karai, you're safe. I'm so relieved you're alright. Put me down. Safe? You delivered me to... You're a monster! Karai paid zero attention to the Thakra soldiers, stalking toward me with absolute hatred in her eyes. She twisted her fingers, causing blocks of metal to jam up my nostrils and suffocate me. Scraping near my brain. I let you kill me, and that wasn't enough? Why did you bring me back? You couldn't live with what you've done? Oh, it was a little too fucking late for that. You take away the reason I finally had to want to be here. All a lie. Then bring me back into this cursed world? I saved your life. I'm so sorry. Struggling to think, I forwarded the memory of the attack on Swarm, only to have it rejected on the spot. I'd never hurt you, Karai. I love you. All I care about is that you're okay. I did the best I could. I understand how this looks to you, but you have to want to know how I really feel. Please, just see what really happened. Please. The illusion sealed her eyes shut, warring with herself. I struggled to breathe with my airways clogged, as the world went fuzzy. I tentatively extended the file transfer again, and after a long pause, Karai accepted it. My girlfriend, at least I hoped she'd still be, stared at me for some incredibly long seconds as my vision blurred, before the nanobots constricting me loosened enough that I could breathe a little. Her gaze eventually softened as she got to the end and finally understood, though her tears watered with heavy tears. It didn't change the fact that her species was being hunted to extinction. Karai flicked her fingers, and the nanobot prison holding me dissolved. I stumbled over to her, wrapping my arms around her and relishing the warmth of her beating heart. She'd been so cold when I carried her. The illusion pressed her palm into my scalp before pulling back with a guilty grimace. She avoided eye contact, looking as though she might drop dead again right here. She wondered if she was upset that I killed her so easily. That was fair. I should still apologize. I know I'm super rational, and I should not just assume there was a reason for something crazy like kill her popping into my head. But I had no time to try to save your life, and I didn't know what I was dealing with, and I panicked. I never want to lose you, Karai. I'd sacrifice everything for you. I rambled into her mind. I know I failed at communicating, but I didn't fail at saving you, and you're still here. I just really love you. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I'm an idiot. Karai jolted with surprise, then gave an emphatic shake of her head. What? No. I'm the one who's sorry. For me to think you, and all of humanity, were capable of such a thing. I know you, and I say I trust you with all my heart. I literally tried to kill you without saying a word. There's not many interpretations of that. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but now I see why the precog said so. That's the only way you'd survive a 5D weapon. Humanity had fuck all to do with it. Yes, and I'm glad that humans weren't the culprits. I'm just having a little trouble wrapping my mind around it being our AIs, and all of the dead people back home. Am I one of the last illusions now? I imagine those silver sheens hit every major settlement at once. A decapitation strike. So, probably. I'm really sorry. Karai laughed bitterly as tears streamed down her face. We were so wrong about the prophecy, but in our arrogance, believed we have to be right and in control of our future. I see humans' role now. You're the only ones who can make it so anyone survives the ruin we brought upon you, with the AIs carrying on that same nihilism we taught. I don't know how you stand a prayer against them. You'll help us. You see now, none of this was your fault. None of what we did played any bearing in the outcome, so exercise that guilt. I mean, I can't imagine how much devastation and loss you're feeling. Wait, actually I can. I remember how I felt after the Spacegate battle, when it seemed like Sol was gone, and I know you remember it too. I'm sure you feel like you lost everything, but you still have me, if you want me. You're the only thing that might keep me going, Preston. My sweet Preston. I can't believe I thought you to be a cold-hearted murderer, and your forgiveness only shames me more. I don't know if I'm grateful that my life was saved, honestly, but I'll try to be, for your sake. I'll be there for you and all humanity when it matters. I grabbed her hand and pressed it close to my heart. We'll be here for each other. I want you in my life always, no matter what. My love for you is the realest thing I've ever known. I don't know what I would have done if I lost you. You would have been free. No. I'd have lost the only one of my dreams that ever came true. The illusion offered a sweet smile, and in that moment, it didn't matter that we were in a hostile alien base. Even Mikri, the most jealous of tin cans, looked on happily. He'd seen how losing her hurt me, perhaps on a degree even greater than what he felt when we were in danger. I knew that Vaskar wanted what was best for me. It meant so much to me that I had finally come through and protected someone I loved, instead of being ineffectual and a disgrace. Her fate was ambiguous, and it seemed I'd found the path where I didn't lose her. Velk gave a slow clap, a sardonic glint in his eyes. That was a fine performance, but showtime's over. You're going to come with me and tell me what the fuck is going on. You abandoned us, just like they did. Oh no you don't. Don't start with that shit. I fired back, scowling at the Marshal. You held our planet hostage to build your weapon, and you want to be mad at us for bending the knee when the Aleutians could have destroyed our planet in 2 seconds flat. That was the only outcome in our books, but they offered peace instead. Would you have turned them down? We fought to free you from their tyranny. We made sacrifices to preserve our dignity and independence, yet you grovel before them and turn your backs on us with no hesitation. Death is a kinder fate than alive as their servitors, right? Or did the robot want you to try out his roots? Mikri whirred with outrage. I want them to live. Everything else is secondary. Of course I want more for them, and think they deserve more. I think you deserve more too. You might mouth off to me because I'm a robot, but I advocated for you to be spared. Just as they were going to. Not everyone will throw away an entire planet's population to prove a point of pride, Marshal. How dare you? What they did to us isn't a matter of pride, it's a matter of justice. You live in a world without consequences because you have nothing to demand them for. You got the better end of the bargain at every turn. The Aleutians never spoke to us and threw us back in our dimension when we dared to do what they designed us for, Sophia snapped. This isn't a competition. We're on the same side. No. Living in peace with the Aleutians is not the same side. Karai screamed, throwing several pieces of metal into the wall like darts. You got your wish, Velk Tramai, handed to you on a platter. You Fakra like having things handed to you. That should be good. It's good that the illusions are all dead. Congratulations are in order. You won. Your dream of us being gone has come true. Does it make you happy? Would you like to dance to the images of our corpses and be some fucking hero? That's what a good man would do, right? The Marshal recoiled. The illusions are... What? Oh, that's right. And you're probably next. Why don't you just alienate the humans and stew in some bitter old feud that you want to hold the Fakra back forever? You have no idea what you want. You have no vision exactly like us. So just let everyone die. Your people and mine can be reunited at last. I glanced at Karai with immediate concern, tugging at her wrist. She is right, you know. Whatever you think of us trying to survive before, take a look at this memory. See for yourself what we're facing. The Marshal watched as I broadcast my memory of the Illusion AI's attack on Swarm to everyone in proximity. Whether these fools wanted to listen or not, they needed to get the hell out of here too. This dimension was going to be under a microscope, since it had the highest Illusion presence. Some of the Fakra soldiers had the audacity to cheer at the sight of innocent civilians screaming and dropping dead, though most had the decency to look neutral. Velk had a rueful look in his eyes when they refocused on me. I see. Humanity will fall back under my command as we resume work on a weapon immediately. No, I spat, defiance oozing from every breath I exhaled. Your excuse was that you needed us to build a weapon against the illusions for survival, for the prophecy, that we wouldn't do it otherwise. I assure you, we'll act against these fuckers on our own. What's your excuse, huh? I'm what? Not Fakra, so my life doesn't matter? We exist to serve your purposes? Were we so lucky? Is that just who you are, a species that looks down on the rest of us as beneath you? You're picking up not caring about us exactly like the illusions. I never bore humanity any ill will. My top priority is that you do what it takes to save my people. What it takes is for humanity to call the shots, Karai said. Don't you get it? They're the only hope, the only ones immune to the AI's weapon. If they fail, nobody in the multiverse survives. To hinder them is to gamble every soul drawing air in any dimension, including Arna. Sophia folded her arms. Nobody needs to be calling the shots. We need to work together, to cooperate as friends for the greater good. We have to decide the kind of multiverse we'd like to have, and whether there'll be one left at all, Marshal Velk. So what do you propose? That I let you go and trust you to do whatever you want, and take all the power for yourselves? The Fakra spat. This is about much more than us, or you, or any one party. The AI would likely have a 5D beam trained on a closely monitored swarm for any illusion stragglers warping in. Humanity must recover the tech and, quite frankly, be the only one to travel in the open at all. You'd be better off focusing your efforts on getting your people to safety. You take all of the technology they've left behind, that we fought in that invasion to recover, and we play no part in it? Oh? Would you like to go scavenge through the piles of dead illusions for anything to give us all a fighting chance, and see how quickly you join them? I sneered. The Marshal was sullen and quiet, as for the first time in this entire debacle, I thought he reached the decision to protect the Fakra people first and foremost. We had to all act quickly and in unity to mount any kind of resistance to the AI. I doubted the Earth Space Union could salvage Swarm's ruins fast enough to fight back before our enemy finished picking off the illusions. However, I hoped we could do enough to save our Keelan friends, and to keep the Fakra alive too. I arched my eyebrows, daring him to reply. No, Velk? Then get out of the fucking way. Watch yourself, human. The Marshal seethed for several seconds, not wanting to permit that sort of talk in front of his men. We're evacuating the station now. If you mean working together, we're going to rendezvous with your people at Sol and decide what to do. We'd welcome proper collaboration, Sophia responded, dipping her head. I guess we're finally on your little war council then. Does Takahashi need medical care? She's been out cold for this entire discussion. The General will be fine once the effects have worn off, Karai murmured, the passion long having seeped from her voice. Humans generally recover from 5D exposure. I wouldn't be concerned yet. Good. Velk gave a curt nod, before walking over to my girlfriend and inspecting her. He gave her a rough pat on the shoulder, trying to appear more brisk than affectionate. I am sorry, Karai. For you, obviously, not for them. If any illusion had to survive, I'm glad it's you. How thoughtful, Marshal. Indeed. Right. Get your asses off my station while the robot's still quiet. I like him better this way. Mikri beamed at the Fakra. I have a body pillow of you, with glitter gooped all over it. I pretend it's Preston and do fun things with it. You're my jambalaya, Velk. Maybe the end of the multiverse would be a good thing. Erase my name from your vocabulary, Mikri. You said my name. It really is the end of everything. It was difficult to be amused by their exchange, after everything that had happened, but I was relieved that our blunt words had gotten Velk's head out of his ass. It really was the end of everything, like the Tin Can said, so he had to get back to Sol and plot what to do. The first step would be recovering as much illusion technology as possible, since Swarm's population had vanished in an instant, and protecting Keelam. As for my part, I would try to avenge Karai's people. Without any other plan for how to fight back, I hoped my growing farsight could help me track the AIs to wherever they were hiding.